is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Beamer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Comfort Fit Dentures, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, and Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Blue Ridge High School, home of the Yellow Jackets. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067.com on our YouTube broadcast. I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm joined by Reggie Peterson. Welcome, Reggie.
Thank you. It's good to be here today.
And we got to start off our game with our Summit Healthcare Injury Report. And Reggie, you got a little bit of an update, but we don't have a total update on that one. What do you have for us?
Yeah, all I know is Round Valley. Hopefully she gets back soon. I know she was a starter, so hopefully she gets back soon.
Gotcha. And as for the Yellow Jackets, we understand that they have a full healthy squad, as the Yellow Jackets have an early 5-0 lead. And we're going to round it out here. The starters for your Round Valley Elks are Kelsey Walker, Skylar Hebener, Harley Haas, Kendra Logan, and Brenley Haas. And for the Yellow Jackets, we have Miley Hamblin, Lacey Tenejith, Lilani Hamblin, Taylor Tenejith, and Ashlyn Smith round out the starting five for Blue Ridge, as again an early 5-0 lead. So Reg, you've watched both of these teams a little bit. I've watched Blue Ridge a little bit. You've watched Round Valley. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, I just know that girls basketball, it's a lot about hustle, and both of them put that in there. Especially this young Round Valley team, it's all about hustle. They're pretty young. Their point guard right here with the ball, Kelsey, she's a freshman, but she's a really good ball handler. Can finish really well.
As Anaya Paxson puts it in as a basket for the Yellow Jackets to give them hustle. And when I think of girls basketball, Reggie, one of the things that is always huge for me is fundamental basketball. I think some of the best coaches in the world are girls coaches because there's a lot of patience involved. And I'm not saying that to knock. I'm just saying that as a fact. And one of the things that they do is they teach fundamentals. And these girls here tonight have got to have fundamentals to win this game.
For sure. I've coached girls basketball a little bit, and they listen to everything you say. And they want to work and they want to win. That was a great shot by Blue Ridge once again.
I think that was Anaya Paxson again, as we're going to have Round Valley a little bit of a pressure up to 24. And that is Brenley Haas. Back over to Haas at midcourt. Looks like Round Valley is going to want to work the ball inside as it comes to the far side. That's going to be over, and that's going to be loose, gathered. When we call these games, we've got a lot of Haas and Walkers, and there I see a Ziegler. And I think it's funny because, Round Valley you have the Hamblins, the Tenejiths, and I just think our little communities up here, Joe City has their fair share of Bushmans and Westovers and Snowflake. We know about those. We have the Flakes and the Brimhalls. I think that's funny is Blue Ridge looking at the top of the key over to Lilani Hamblin. Lilani Hamblin, jump shot no good. Rebound by Ashlyn Smith, and that Ashlyn Smith looks to put it back. Misses, gets it up, rebound, puts it in by Ashlyn Smith. And that is what Ashlyn did very well on Friday against a Winslow Bulldog team to help her squad.
Offensive rebounds, that's also big in basketball. If you get more offensive rebounds, you usually win, especially when you're big, can dominate down low.
Loose ball going to be out of bounds that's going to be an alternating jump ball, as we're going to have ourselves a substitution, and that's going to bring in Hannah Clark is going to check in as the alternating possession favors the Elks right now, as it's going to be brought in by Kelly Walker, excuse me.
It's Kelsey.
It is Kelsey.
It's Kelsey.
My C's and L's look the same on my score sheet as fast as I was writing. So here's Walker. Walker sends it over to Hebener, and that's going to touch out of bounds, and that is going to go. And, Reggie, a 10-point lead in girls basketball halfway through this first quarter. That's a big lead.
That is a big lead. But once again, those fundamentals, it can come back.
And here's Blue Ridge breaking the press easy, and that's going to go to Hamlin. Hamlin's going to drive, and Hamlin is going to be fouled, and that's going to give her 2 shots. Remember, we have the new bonus this year, so regardless, and that's going to be on black number 2. That is going to be on Heavener. That is going to be her first personal. That is going to be the first team foul. So the first time whistled against the Jackets. That puts Leilani Hamlin at the line to shoot a couple.
Yeah, she tried to get in front of her. She wasn't quite quick enough, but
Hamlin,
almost there.
Hamlin really quick on shooting those free throws. I know you played basketball. I was never good enough to play. I was just an observer, but it seems to me you always want to get in these rhythm, and it seems to be her rhythm is get the ball up there, shoot it real quick. So,
yeah.
And she's off for the second one. 12-2, 10-point lead for the Yellow Jackets as Walker's going to bring it down for the Elks. Walker passes it over. That's going to go into Heavener, and that's going to be a loose ball, and it kind of gets stolen there by Paxson. Paxson going to send it to Tenejith. Tenejith crosses the time stripe. Wants to shoot that 3. She does. That is off the mark. Rebound Heavener. And wide open. She's going to go. She's going to be fouled. That's going to be called no shot.
Ooh.
And referee Randall Allen says, no. That wasn't a shot. She was on the ground.
That was a great finish, though, but too bad it doesn't count.
It was a great finish. Do noted that Mr. Peterson sitting down Valley Tournament, you know that he tore his Achilles and he's now had it fixed and he's in the boot. But one of the things he does is that shot goes in, made by Clark. Is Reggie does a little bit of wearing the stripes during basketball season, correct?
Yeah, I love roughing. It's a good time.
Anytime you're involved with high school basketball and these youth, it's a great time. Yep. Folks, want to step away real quick, not step away for a minute. Reggie mentioned that's fundamentals. Comfort Fit Dentures is going to be sponsoring our 3 points tonight. And there's one right there, and that is off the mark. Deemer's Glass is going to be our glass man of the game. If you remember, folks, Ashlyn Smith won that last Friday in her team's effort of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Summit Healthcare with their injury report. Honda Ski and Outdoor with our halftime and postgame show. I failed to mention
that's 2 fouls on Smith already.
That is 2 fouls on Smith, and that's going to be huge. Is number 13, and I don't have her on our roster. I missed it last Friday. I'll find it at halftime tonight. Northline Pioneer College with our tip-off. Horn Auto Center with our drive of the half, as well as right now we have Brenly Haas shooting a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass free throw, as her first one is no good. 12-4, Jackets up by 8. And Jackets doing all but that. I believe that over to Paxson, and we're going to have ourselves.
Not have reset. The clock should not have reset.
It's a little bit of a shot clock issue here. 1 minute 46 seconds left. 12-5, Jackets is a Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on ITAC 106.7 and we like to welcome our sponsors. And so we're getting the shot clock situated and taken care of here at Blue Ridge High School. Shot clock very new to the game, and I don't even quite understand all the rules yet. Have you worked with it much, Reg?
No, I have not. I've only reffed the lower JV and freshman games.
And they don't use it.
They don't use it.
They don't use it. Okay.
Especially in the back gyms. A lot of schools can't even afford to put them in their varsity gyms, so put them in the back gyms.
And the 1A and 2A aren't new, isn't it? It's a 3A, 4A, 5A, and or 3A is an option?
2A is an option.
2A is an option, okay.
2A and 1A I think are an option, but when a 2A and 1A school come and play, I know Round Valley doesn't have a shot clock. They're in the 2A, but they come to 3A.
I noticed that as I was observing Pima playing Snowflake a couple weeks ago, as I was there watching the game, and Pima had like 4 shot clock violations in the first half because they just did not understand what was going on. As we're waiting to get word from the officials here on what's going on, as we're set to go as 10. That's Paxton's going to inbound the ball. Paxton's going to inbound it, holding. Finally inbounded to Tenejith. Tenejith has it knocked away by Haas. Haas is going to send it forward to Walker. Kelsey Walker. Kelsey's going to put up a 3. That is going to be good. That is going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-pointer as, oh no, Tenejith is hobbling on that ankle, and that is not good. I noticed she has one of those, I call them volleyball ankle braces, as that's not going to be good, as Talia Wood is going to check in for her.
What a great shot by Walker. I mean, that was about 2 or 3 feet behind the 3-point mark. So,
well, that's also going to pull them within 5 in this first quarter. There's 1:30 left, as we're going to get us a little bit of a hold. That's going to be on 10. That's going to be Harley Haas. That's going to be the second team. It's going to be her first personal. So not too many fouls in the first quarter by the Elks.
Which is rare because they usually get a lot of fouls in the first couple minutes.
Well, as we turn it over to the video feed here, one of the things, Reggie, that you said before the game is I said, well, we don't get to watch the football game tonight. And you said, well, this has potential to be a football game, as Lexi Reed comes over the top and falls to the court as I say that. And I don't mean that in a bad way, folks. I just mean that this has potential to be a very physical game, and there's not a lot, as that's going to be whistled on Heavener, and that's her second, as we're going to get a timeout. We're going to take our first timeout of the day. Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam.
#1 truck in America, Sholo Ford. That's right, not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com, as we just had Anaya Paxson for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets hit us a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer, and she shattered some teeth with that three-pointer, didn't she, Reg?
Oh, yeah, she did.
As Blue Ridge has been teetering on this lead, and then Round Valley chips back into it, as that's going to be a great job by Heavener to knock the ball out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Jackets, but great job of defense as Jolie Bigelow is going to check in for Heavener, as Heavener does have the 2 fouls with 44.1 seconds left here in the first quarter. That's Wood's going to inbound the ball. Paxson going to take her shot. No, Wood wanted that three-pointer. Wood looked as Jackets down Tenejith. Tenejith, I don't want to say is the heart and soul of their team, but she definitely is a very good two-way player. Defense, offense, can shoot. So Blue Ridge doing their can do without. That's going to be 22 is going to go out, and that's going to be missed, and that's going to be Wood off, and that's going to be Red rebounding, and that's going to go, and that's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Yellow Jackets.
That was some great defense by the Round Valley Elks. Got 7 seconds on the shot clock. 15 seconds on the game clock.
It's where it was out, brought in, over. As the ball's going to be blocked, as that's going to be Wood's shot, and that's going to be blocked by, I believe that was Haas that put it up.
The younger sister
4
Haas.
seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds in the quarter, and time is going to expire. We're going to take a break. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. And as we go down a little bit, one of the things that Reggie noted earlier in the game that I've been kind of looking at is that Round Valley has 4 freshmen listed on their roster.
And this point guard, or the defender, number 1, Kelsey Walker, she plays a lot of minutes, as well as number 10, Haas, and her older sister, who's a senior.
Are the both Walkers related as well?
2 of the Walkers are related. They're also sisters.
Okay.
So there's a lot. Yeah, we got a lot of relatives.
As we're going to get a travel there, that's going to belong to the Yellow Jackets, or the Elks, down 15-8 here in the start of this second quarter. As I don't think it's panic time yet. Round Valley looking to break this press that Blue Ridge is going to put on, and Blue Ridge is going to have to play some very good defense, because Round Valley, and that almost became, it is going to be a turnover. That's going to be a turnover, and that's going to belong to the Yellow Jackets.
Full court press is all about being patient, and once you beat it, most teams don't have a secondary full court press, so once you beat the first one, it's a lot easier the rest of the game.
Well, and we didn't see, I expected to see Friday night when we were here with Winslow and Blue Ridge, I expected to see more pressing, and we didn't see it, as that kind of came a little bit different. That's going to be a long three-point shot. That's going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer, and that is Talia Wood, as we like to thank them for sponsoring those, as that's going to be intercepted, so to speak, by Lexi Red. That's going to end up with Hamlin. Hamlin drive, no good.
Rebound.
Red with the rebound. Rebound is good for Red. That's going to be a couple. 20-8 here. 12-point lead for the Jackets. Just under a minute, 2 minutes, tick through as Round Valley breaks the press. And that is Harley Haas off the mark with the rebound. Puts it back. That's going to keep us in double-digit leads, but Round Valley coming back.
Both teams need to work on their boxing out. These Deemer Glass rebounds on the offensive side both sides are adding up.
I don't disagree with that, as we had number 10 right there. That was Paxson missing an easy, well, I don't want to call it an easy bucket because she was contested, and she's going to be out of bounds. That's going to be Brenley Haas out of bounds, and that's going to belong to the Jackets, as number 21, Kendry Walker, is checking in for Round Valley, as that's going to give Harley Haas a little bit of a breather. Of course, no team fouls here in the second quarter. Team fouls start over every quarter now as we get into this game. Over to Red.
Oh, loose ball.
That's going to be a loose ball, and that's going to be some hustle, and that's going to go out of bounds. That's going to belong to the Jackets, but Jackets don't get a fresh shot clock, and we're going to have Talia Wood bringing in the ball for the Jackets. Wood has it stolen by Walker. Walker to Clark. Clark back to Walker inside. Number 21, other Walker off the mark, and here come the Yellow Jackets on a run. Slowed down a little, brought across the stripe. I was going to say a 2-on-2 fast break, but that Round Valley defense hustled down there very quick and got that, as that's going to be off the mark. And Walker against Hamblin, and that's going to be Red, and Red's going to be whistled for a foul right there.
We talked about hustle these first two quarters, and it's true. It's all about hustle, and the girls will do exactly what you tell them, and they want to succeed, and that's what's so fun about coaching girls basketball.
If you can get your team to play fundamental, you stand a chance, is what I've seemed to notice. Is I've talked to a few of the coaches, and I've actually talked to a few of the coaches who prefer the girls game because of the fundamentals. Yes, there's not as much scoring, there's not as much athleticism, but if you're somebody who likes the fundamental, it's kind of like baseball versus softball. If you appreciate softball and understand it a little bit, it's a very good game to watch. I don't know. I haven't watched girls flag football yet, though. I'm not sure how that one goes.
I'm not sure either.
But I think that's coming up here one of these days, probably sometime soon. Who knows?
Probably in the next couple of years. I know. Great finish, great pass, great finish.
That's going to be Red up for 2 points. I do think that girls flag football is coming. I don't know when. I don't know how it's going to work with the travel, who's going to have it. A lot of schools, they just voted to keep the fall soccer, which was kind of a big deal up here, is keeping fall soccer, because there's only a limited number of teams. As we're going to get a rebound, that's going to be sent. I believe that's going to be on Brenley Haas, is going to be whistled for a foul, and that's going to be, I believe that is going to be the first team foul, and that's going to be, I think that might be Haas's first, if my book is correct. Yeah, it's going to be Haas's first. As I'm not sure what's going to happen with flag football or girls soccer, but I do think it's a day it's coming. We already see a lot of the schools playing the powder puff thing. I got to think in places up here in the White Mountains that we might see some success with girls flag football numbers. Is Tenejith back in the game? And Reggie, it does not look like Tenejith in our Summit Healthcare injury report off that ankle is back to 100%. It did not look like she was strong going up off that ankle right there.
Yeah, and it was a lot slower than what she was playing in the first quarter as well. And you could still see a little bit of limp, but she definitely can control the ball still. So.
Yeah, she does look like she can control the ball, and that might be her role as she hands it over to Red. Red's going to be at the top of the key. That's going to go over to Wood. Wood back to Red. Over to Wood, inside to Tenejith, and it's going to go off. And Tenejith It wasn't even like she was held down there. It was like she was out of position. We're going to get a timeout. We're going to take it as well. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as the Round Valley came down and had an unsuccessful possession, as Red is going to bring it in for the Yellow Jackets, and we're going to have Paxson bring it up the court. Tenejith setting a pick. Tenejith off the pick and roll. Now she backs out and brings it to the top of the key. 23 left on the shot clock. Wood with the ball. Back to Tenejith, and we'll see what Tenejith can do. And Tenejith a little bit off her mark. Doesn't seem to be 100%, but that's okay. Ball to Red. Red off the mark. Rebounded by Walker of the Elks. And now over to Kelsey Walker, who's going to drive. As that's going to be a long three-point shot by Jolie Bigelow, and that is going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer, as a little bit of slide by Paxson there. As we're going to get a steal by Bigelow, and Bigelow is going to go in. She's going to be contested. She is going to make the shot. They're going to whistle Hamlin for the foul. But Reggie, that's 5 straight points with a chance for a 6th for her.
Yeah, she subs in. She subs in just barely, and 5 points, maybe 6. Yeah, at the very beginning of this game, Blue Ridge jumped out to a 10-point lead, and Round Valley hasn't been able to get back into it. But maybe this will get them back into it.
Start. You know, one of the things, Reggie, that I don't think can be understated in all levels of basketball is that 6th, 7th, and 8th man off that bench, because without them, your starters are gassing by the third quarter. We're not in the NBA here. She's unsuccessful on that shot. Guess who's there for the rebound? Ashlyn Smith with the board for the Jackets. And hopefully there's over to Hamblin. Hamblin up for 2. She's going to put it in, and she is going to be fouled. And that is going to go against Brenly Haas. Is that going to go against?
I thought it was Bigelow, number 3.
I thought it was Haas, but she did. You are right, Reggie. That is on Bigelow. As Hamlin a chance for a three-point play here in the second quarter, in the first half of this game.
You know, whenever you miss a shot or turn the ball over, and then you want to get it back, you can't make an easy foul.
As Hamlin off, and Hamlin's going to be called with a lane violation over the line before the ball hit the basket, and that's one of those ones that's fundamental basketball right there, and you got to be able to hold your own. As Blue Ridge pressing, and Walker a little bit of trouble. Walker goes to the floor. She hands it off essentially to Logan. Logan back to Walker, and chance at a three-pointer, but no. Sends it over to Kelsey Walker, the freshman. Off the mark, no good, and that's going to be on the ground, and that's going to go to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
They're just not getting. Round Valley's not getting open shots. They're struggling finding those open shots. The ball is staying in their hands a little bit too long. They need to speed the ball up if they want to get some open shots.
Blue Ridge bringing in the ball. We're going to have Tenejith handling the ball as she takes the place of other Tenejith, and Round Valley with the steal. Turnover by the Yellow Jackets. Off the mark by Bigelow.
Got it back though.
Back but lost. That's going to be Walker. Walker loses it, and we're going to have a foul. I thought we were going to have a jump ball, but there was a little more extracurricular, and that's going to be whistled on the Round Valley Elks, and that is going to go be their third team, which is important with 2:22 left. And Blue Ridge a chance to, well, actually no, we're not in a bonus yet, so they have to earn it and bring it down the court. To the middle of Smith, over to Hamblin. Hamblin very fast, very under control though. And that's another Paxson with the ball. as she gets it stolen away, but ends up in the hands of Hamblin. Hamblin going to hit the shot clock, and that is not in play in high school ball, the shot clock. Walker brings up the ball, breaks the press with Bigelow. Bigelow over to Patton. Is that Patton or Poston?
Poston.
Addie Poston. As number 14 for the Elks, Logan takes it. And we're going to have Walker off the rim, actually off the back of the rim, and it's going to stay. Red kind of gave up on that ball and I think she thought it was out on Blue Ridge, but no, it is going to be out, and it's going to give Grand Valley a chance to bring the ball in underneath.
They got 15 seconds on the shot clock. See if they can, once again, looked like she was going to shoot that for a little bit.
Bigelow bringing it in, or Bigelow with the inbound to 34. That is going to be number 34. That is Carla Areola with a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer.
She just subbed in as well. She's also another freshman that just came in.
She is another freshman. That is, to have 4 and to have them getting minutes is very unique. Grand Valley in their black, accented by gold. Blue Ridge in their home whites, accented by the purple and gold. As we're going to get, maybe Areola is going to put another one up here. She sends it to Logan. Logan off the mark and rebounded by Smith.
Great rebound. She's been killing it on the board.
Smith has been absolutely solid on the board. She has 1 offensive and 3 defensive, if not more, that I know of. And that's going to be a travel, and that's going to come right back to the Jackets. Jackets up 24-18, under a minute left here in the first half.
Smith needs to play smart and not get her third foul in this last minute.
Yeah, Smith needs to be very smart because they're going to miss her. But here's Smith goes, board, and she's going to get a go to the line as number 23, Addie Poston. And do you know a little bit about Poston, Reggie? You were telling me the pregame?
Yeah, well, she's also a freshman.
She is.
She's 6 foot tall, so that's,
She a volleyball player too?
She is. I think she plays volleyball a little more than basketball, but.
Gotcha. As Ashlyn Smith puts the first one in, that is going to be good for a 25-18 lead.
Yeah, so Round Valley right now is playing with 3 freshmen on the court.
And as far as I can tell on their roster, they have 3 seniors, and those 3 seniors are getting time. But the future looking very bright for Round Valley girls basketball.
Yeah, they're by no means out of this game. They just got to, I think, after the half or this last minute, they got to move the ball around faster. And once, because Blue Ridge is in that 2-3 zone, and that's how you beat the zone, is those fast passes.
Well, and I'm actually shocked Blue Ridge isn't coming up to get some pressure here, although they do have an 8-point lead. I wouldn't be content on either one of these teams to go in with any kind of lead. I just feel like either of these teams is capable of coming back. We've seen a lot of our Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointers. We've seen a lot of inside work as they did check Ashlyn Smith out to keep her from getting her third. And whoa, that was a nice inside move by Haas, and Haas is going to be fouled.
Yeah, both those Haas girls, they have really good post moves. Knowing her dad, their dad is a really good basketball player, really good football coach.
And this is going to be Haas at the line shooting the couples. We get a nice close-up of her. Focus. First one is up, and it is no good, off the mark. And 26-18 with under 30 seconds left here in the first half. This is a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass free throw. Haas looking at her second one. This one is off the mark as well. Rebound is by Wood. Wood taking her time methodically. Shot clock is effectively off as Wood's going to drive in after the give and go, and we're going to have another Round Valley foul as Wood's going to go to the line to get a shoot her couple.
Yeah, there was a push in the back. That was a really good give and go, and that was a wide open lane, but she got pushed in the back. Couldn't finish the layup, but see if she can make her free throws right here.
Definitely
extend the lead to 10.
First free throw. Second free throw for Wood. 17.7 left. Shot clock is out of touch right now, not in play. Second one is up, no good. Rebound, Round Valley. Rebound by Haas. That's given back to Tenjit. Tenjit for two. 29-18. Round Valley extends it back to a double-digit lead here as we close off the halftime. Look for Blue Ridge, Round Valley to work it.
She needs to shoot it. I don't know if they know.
They don't think they know. That is going to be no good. We're going to go to halftime here with the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets up 29-18 on the Round Valley altitude. Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers, and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of boat. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy has well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a nap to leave the mountain.
Number 1 truck in America, Sholo Ford. That's right, not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. This is our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. As we look to the first half, Reggie, overall thoughts and comments on the first half?
Well, I think that early lead by Blue Ridge jumping up 10 points. I think it was 12-2.
It was 12-2
at the very
at one
beginning.
Point, yep.
Blue Ridge had a easy layup at the beginning, and then a 3-pointer, and then another 2-pointer, and they have Round Valley hasn't been able to take that lead back down. I think they got within 6, but it's hard to get on a run. It's longer than 6 points or 8 points in this game.
Well, I do feel Blue Ridge up 11, but I do feel that neither team is down or out in this game. Like, I don't feel Round Valley being down. They're 2 threes away, and they are absolutely capable of hitting that 3, of being back in it. As we look at some of the first half highlights, as we see Taylin Wood knocking down a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-pointers. But overall, I think as we're looking, we have Ashlyn Smith has been an absolute jewel on the boards. She is rebound. I don't think she's been out rebound yet, but she does have the 2 fouls, and that caused her to go on the bench for a little bit.
Yeah, she was out for about 6 minutes, but right when she came back in, she started making an impact on a game again.
Well, and another one that we got to look at is we saw Tenejith go out in our Summit Healthcare injury report. Is Tenejith went out, and she was gone, probably getting that ankle taped. And I don't think we've seen her back 100%. From what I saw Friday when they played, I have not seen her coming off with that ankle playing what she is capable of 100% healthy. And I think that could be a factor, as we have number 3, Jolie Bigelow, with the drive and the foul, and gets it. Here we have Hamblin going up, makes it, and she's going to get the 1 here for the Yellow Jackets. And
Round Valley's they're not out of this game. They've had I think 3 or 4 different people make a 3-pointer. So they know.
I think 3. I think you're right.
And so we know that they can make them. But I think the big thing is getting offensive rebounds and not allowing Ashland to get the offensive rebounds if they want to get back into the game.
So that is your key to get back in the game. Then our Ace Hardware keys to the game for the second half for Round Valley is offensive boards, keeping Smith off the boards. Well, off the boards, period, And I would add to that, if you agree with this, is second chance points. Round Valley's got to quit getting out rebounded and quit giving Blue Ridge the ball on a fast break and give those second chance points. They had a couple of them, but it was when Smith was out. The other thing too is I think Blue Ridge, if they don't want to let Round Valley back in, has to buckle down on that press. That press has been okay, but I think if they can make it a true, force them into that half court, I think that can help too. Thoughts?
Yeah. Blue Ridge's defense has been really good. They only have 18 points in that first half, and that they're really good at the zone defense, and even with their full court press. I noticed the Round Valley girls, they get a little frustrated and they just want to put their head down and try to break the press by themselves, but it's all about being patient, pass the ball quickly.
Well, and I'm not a fundamentals total guy, but what I want to say about is I understand when you're breaking a press, the less the ball hits the ground, the better.
Yes, very true.
If they're trying to put it down and dribble it out, I look for that to be adjusted. I mean, we talked a little bit about coaching and in-game and adjustments. I don't think basketball is a sport where you can coach in-game. You can adjust, but it's hard to coach without working on it in practice. It's not like football or especially baseball where you have softball where you have downtime. So, but anything to add going into the second half?
No, I think it's going to be a good half. I hope it turns into an even better. I mean, I feel like it's been a great game, and I hope it continues.
This has been our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. We'll be back for the second half.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Show Low Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Show Low Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Show Low Ford has the best deal. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Show Low. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back to Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as we are now first half underway, and we got to see what the things that Coach Peterson over here, if we can get back in the game. And, sometimes it's easy to sit back and call, and you need to do this and you need to do that, but the fact of the matter is, we're not at practice every day. We don't see what we feel like the girls are capable or not capable of, so it's always just a guessing game as Blue Ridge loses the ball. Actually, no. They are going to it went out on Round Valley. It must have been a tip after the fact as Tenejith is going to bring it into Hamblin. Hamblin, very hard to defend as she's able to put her quickness to work. And now Paxson has the ball in her hands over to Tenejith. Tenejith with a little shoulder fake inside to Paxson. Paxson dribbles out, passes to Smith, and that is going to be a shot clock violation. And is that because
it didn't hit the rim?
It didn't hit the rim in time. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So great call.
It has to leave her hands. So.
Yeah, great call. So
that was really good ball work at the last second, but it was
good. As there's going to be Paxson with a rebound. Paxson going to be guarded by Walker, as that's going to be pushed out of bounds, and that is going to stay a possession of the Yellow Jackets.
That was great.
I thought it was close,
Walker.
but I think you saw a little bit more than I did, being from the officials' eyes, and you thought that was a shot clock violation.
It could have gone either way. I think that's just up to the ref's decision. It was really there was a lot of passes right before it, so 5-second violation.
5-second violation.
So this defense is stepping up for Round Valley, and that's what they need to get back into the game.
And I mean, some people, I've seen games, especially even boys games, where 11-point lead, I feel like it's an 87-point lead. There was a few years ago, you might have been on the team that played Globe at home, and you guys beat them by like 100, and it was just comical because a 10-point lead in that game felt like 80.
Ooh,
and tonight I just don't feel like it's as we're going to get whistled in a foul.
Yeah, that was a big collision.
We could see a replay on that, possibly. Maybe not. That's okay. That's okay. We're good. As Walker's going to bring it in for the Round Valley Elks. And Reg said before the game, we could be in for a little bit of a football game here. And nothing like some physical basketball. And that's what we saw right
Great
there.
Left hand.
That
left
is
hand
going to be Brenley Haas putting it up for a couple. As Tenejith with the ball. Tenejith bringing it to the top, bringing it to the middle. Hands off to Hamblin. Hamblin back and forth to create something to Paxson. Paxson looked to shoot it, but no. Over
Good
to number
side.
2, and that is going to be up and off. That's going to be Tenejith up and off. As Walker's going to bring it up. Kelsey Walker going to be guarded by Hamblin. And that matchup looks kind of intriguing to me.
Yeah, it is.
Because it looks like almost a very similar type of ball player with each other there. Ball goes up. That is good.
Great inbound pass. Great left hand.
Reggie, was that Harley Haas?
That was the younger sister Haas, yes.
So that was Harley. Let's make sure we get. Yes, it is. That's the younger Harley. As Hamblin with the ball. Up only 7 here, Blue Ridge. To Paxson. Paxson drives the lane, left hand, left side. It is no good, rolls off the rim, and that's going to end up in Heavener's hands. As Heavener's going to dribble down, and that's going to be Harley Haas up for 2. And Blue Ridge is going to call a full timeout. We're going to take a timeout too. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back, folks, to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. I'm Aaron Hewish, joined by Reggie Peterson for the evening here. Don't go anywhere after the girls' game because we have the boys' game, and from what I understand and the insight I've gotten on the boys' game, we could be in for a good one as Hamblin is going to get the ball across the time stripe, and she's going to be tripped up, and that is going to be Heavener is going to be whistled for the foul. That's going to be the first team foul of the half for the Elks. I'll get used to this 5 per quarter thing, as I think that might be her third.
If it's on white, it's black ball. If it's on white, it's black ball.
Little confusion out here.
Little confusion. That's okay, though. We're going to get the call right. As the foul is on, that is going to be Heavener's third. And that is huge, Reggie, because we still got a long time left in the third quarter. And so Coach going to sit Heavener. And I didn't see who came in, but we'll get their name
I believe it was
shortly.
Bigelow.
As Tenejith's going to get the ball. And this Tenejith, younger Tenejith, I believe, she is very good at handling. His ball's going to be knocked away.
Oh.
And that's going to be a backcourt violation.
That was Round Valley knows it. That was tipped. That should have been
I
called.
see number 3, Bigelow, and Bigelow is smiling ear to ear, Reg.
Yep,
Bigelow is smiling ear to ear.
That's part of the rep, part of the game.
Blue Ridge, dare I say, clinging to a 5-point lead right now, as we're set to go 3 minutes into this quarter, and that is some nice ball work by Haas, but Haas going to throw it in and have it intercepted. We'll use football terms. As Tenage is going to put up a 3, that is going to be off the mark, and a very rare, very off the mark ball by Tenejith. Usually she's pretty close to being on, but that is what the kids at the playground where I come from call an air ball.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that was not characteristic of her. And, Reggie, you got to wonder again, and I'll say it probably about the 5th time, is how much is that ankle affecting her game tonight?
Yeah, it always is on your mind once it happens. Let's see if Round Valley can cut the lead. Oh,
Bigelow over to Clark. Eventually has it intercepted by Hamblin. Hamblin with the ball, and Hamblin has it. I don't think it was contested, but nothing called. And that's going to be Bigelow's going to stop right in front of our bench. Bigelow's going to have it.
There's the foul. I thought that foul should have been called on the last layup, but they got it there.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too. I don't want to get into a second guessing our officials, because these officials are doing an amazing job of keeping a very physical game under control. But I did have to agree with that one, although we didn't see the angle, we didn't see all that. But I do have to agree with you, as Hamblin is going to come to the line to shoot, and she misses the first one. And Hamblin has struggled at the line tonight, Reg. I think she's made one.
Yeah, and free throws are always a big deal, especially near the end of the game, as another Walker comes into the game for Bigelow because she picked up her foul. Kelsey Walker brings it down the court.
As Walker brings it down the court, and we had a little bit of ball knocking around, and that's going to end up number 21's hands. Number 21 for the Elks is Walker. That's going to end back, and guess what? Ended up in Walker's hands, other Walker, and they were able to splash it down and cut this lead to 3.
Usually when you say people's last names, but it's hard to keep people right when they all got the same last name.
Ashlyn Smith back in the game.
That lead, good offensive rebound.
Reggie, that is
Ashlyn Smith, there we go.
And we've got a
foul.
technical foul on Coach Tenejith. I didn't see what happened, but apparently so now Coach Tenejith is going to be restricted to the bench. And is he restricted to that box that's not really marked out? But
I think he has to stay in his seat the rest of the game as well.
Right, he can stand up at timeouts.
Yes.
Yes, that's about it. Okay, it's like a restricted dugout. So that's going to bring Kelsey Walker to the line, as Kelsey puts up the first one, and it is no good. Reggie, though, before the technical foul, we got to talk about Ashlyn Smith getting that rebound and putting that board back.
Yeah, I think Ashlyn did a really good job at getting her positioning. She missed the first shot, but she was right in the perfect position. The defender was too far underneath the basket to get the ball.
Again, that's back to what you said about offensive rebounds. And, when you don't get the body into him, you can't make the rebound, whether how tall you are or how tall the other person is. So great job by her on keeping it in. And I think part of it is probably the same with you, is the big men in the game is just fun to watch those fundamentals come alive. As we had to reach for the rebound there and nothing happening, that's going to be rebounded, and it's going to end up in the hands of Walker, who has it knocked away to Hamblin. Hamblin over to Paxson. Paxson's going to put it down for 2, and just like that, Blue Ridge is back up
by 7.
Yep. As Kelsey Walker
but still not out of the game.
No, not out of the game at all. No, that's Paxson that didn't knock the ball away, but gets credited with the steal, and that's going to go into eventually in the hands of Hamblin. Off the mark, rebound Smith. Smith up, Smith 2.
Yep.
And Reggie, I hear a couple screams from behind us over the back, and I know that's got to put a little smile on your face.
Yeah, I think she was okay in doing what she did.
Well,
that's a great
nice
shot.
I didn't see who that was. That Harley?
Harley Haas.
Harley Haas. And I'm just saying, though, as an official, over the back is kind of a funny foul. Because last I checked, it doesn't belong in the book.
No, it doesn't say it anywhere. It would be a push.
It would be a push in the back.
But her hands are straight up. So.
And Tenejith's going to put one up. No good. Rebound Ashlyn Smith. Kick out by Smith. No good. No good by Tenejith. And that's going to bounce around. 7-point lead by the Jackets. As Kelsey Walker's going to bring it down, she sends it over to number 21, and that is Kendry Walker. Back in the hands, and that's going to be Walker. Kelsey Walker is going to be whistled for a travel.
Yeah, she's calling for a sub. She's been sprinting this whole quarter. Hasn't had a break, so she's finally getting a break right here. And she's made a couple big shots to stay in this game. As we got a couple subs coming in for Round Valley. Also, Blue Ridge is going to sub some in as well. Got a 5, 6, 7, 8, 7-point game again. Oh, foul at the top.
As we're going to get a foul at the top of the key. One of the things I want to ask you, Reggie, is as I watch teams here and there, it seems to me that there's a purpose to not a purpose. There's a method, a time frame to the substitutions that these teams. It's not like, well, I know if there's foul trouble, you send one in, but it seems to me that both teams are 4 minutes or 2 minutes, and they're sending a group in, or sending one in, or sending two in.
Yeah,
is that pretty standard in high school basketball?
I think it is. That's the only way I've ever seen it in high school. It's very routine, and
as we're going to get red with a long three-pointer, and that is a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer. So these coaches, the players on the bench know when they're coming in, know what their role is, and I guess you would use those early season tournaments to find out that chemistry. As we're going to get a timeout, we'll end on that note for now, but not end. We're going to just take a break. This is Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Welcome back to Schiller Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. Before we get started in this half, I'd like to run down our sponsors: Schiller Ford, Ace Hardware, Comfort Fit Dentures, Deemer's Glass, Summit Healthcare, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Horn Auto, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And I failed to mention a couple times already, this is the Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College, with locations in Navajo and Apache County. And boy, did they do a good job of getting some of our youth educated up here. They've opened up some great programs. We thank Northland Pioneer College for sponsoring their future students, these students here, and we'd like to thank all our sponsors for what they do to make these broadcasts of these youth possible. As Paxson goes in, and Paxson is going to have it knocked away, and I thought it was a pretty clean ball. Ashlyn Smith tries to reach in and save it, but no go.
That was great defense by Poston.
That was
she stood
good
straight
defense.
up and didn't do anything. She did what she was supposed to.
Ariola back
double
on the
dribble.
court. Ariola, excuse me, sorry, Reg. Ariola back on the court, and Ariola's going to be. She had that 3-point that we just thought, whoa, that looked way too easy. She's going to bring it in, but Round Valley's going to be whistled for a travel. Up 10. Just ticking down the end of the third quarter here from Blue Ridge High School in Lakeside, Arizona, on a pretty warm day for a White Mountain January. As Ashlyn Smith gets the ball inside, Ashlyn's going to have it knocked away, defended by Poston. Poston having it knocked away. There's Poston in the middle. Poston, the freshman, gives it back over to Haas, but it's going to end up in Ariola's hands. Ariola crosses the time stripe. She's looking, sends it over to Poston. Poston has it intercepted by number 10, Anya Paxson. Paxson over to Wood. Wood, no go. Wood backs up for the three as she hands it off. Gets no go. And Red's going to get it. No. Red's going to put the ball up, but it's going to be rebounded by the Elks, as we're going to have kind of a miscue on a pass, and Hamlin's going to hustle down to the other end to get it. There's Hamlin, jump stop, no good. Hamlin having to put it up. We're going to take a break here. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our Cancer Center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Who sells the #1 truck in America?
Welcome back to Schiller Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we start the fourth quarter here with our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College with locations in Navajo and Apache County. Northland Pioneer College. As start of the fourth quarter, Round Valley doing their best to eat at this 10-point lead. It's starting to feel more and more, Reg, like it's out of reach.
Yeah, just a little bit. Round Valley has their subs in right now, as we have another turnover by Round Valley, but if they get their starters back in, we'll see if this group can put in a couple shots as well, as they're man-to-man full court press. Round Valley's playing man-to-man, and here's a drive.
That's going to be Tenejith.
Nice.
Tenejith's going to put it up for 2.
Great,
and Reggie, I think if they go up 14, I think this game's
played a little too tightly there. I think both of them were a little out of control. But Blue Ridge gets called for the foul on that.
As we're going to take a couple seconds here to thank our production team tonight. And like I've said many, many times before, I have the utmost respect for our technical crew. They do a phenomenal job to bring you these games. I feel sometimes like I just kind of show up and get to talk some basketball or football or baseball and softball, whatever it is. But I'll tell you folks right now, and we'd like to thank Mel in the truck, Robin, Lizzie, and Cameron on the cameras. And these people do a phenomenal job and would not be possible without them. And we appreciate them for bringing you this game, as we're going to get a foul whistled on number 24, and that is going to be on Taylor Tenejith, and that's going to put number 24, Brenly Haas, at the line, and Brenly's off on her first mark. As number 12, that's Clark, and number 2, Hebener, get instructions from Coach Slade. Second one up, that is good. That is a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass free throw made there by Haas. As Wood's going to bring the ball down. Wood dribbling out. Wood closely guarded in the middle to Red. Back to Wood. Inside to Tenejith. Tenejith with a little bit of a fake. And like you said, looking for a little bit of a mismatch. And that is no offense to the Heavener, but that is a rough matchup with Tenejith.
I just noticed that Round Valley's switching on screens, and so that creates mismatches all the time, especially with Tenejith. The player that she is, she can do both. She can play outside and inside. So
it's nice to see that those fundamental screens go down as Tenejith hits her first shot, and that's going to be a 12-point lead for the Yellow Jackets, as we are just over. Just under over a minute gone by as Tenejith puts her second one up, and it is good. 42-29, 6:52 left in the game as the clock starts and ticks down. Haas going to send it over to Areola. Areola to Heavener. Heavener back to Poston. That's sophomore to freshman. Right there is Poston's going to get it. And we're going to get ourselves a foul, and that's going to be on Red, I believe. That's going to be 13, and that's going to be Blue Ridge's third team, and that's going to be Red's second team foul of the night, as the crowd starts to thicken up a little bit for the boys game, and we do have that boys game for you this evening. Blue Ridge Round Valley boys. And Reggie, let's look ahead to that a little bit. Do you know much about either team?
I don't know very much about Blue Ridge's team. I know Round Valley's team. They've got some good ball handlers, or a good ball handler, and a couple good shooters. It just depends on if they're on or not. You know, those multi-sport athletes.
There's Wood for 3, and that's going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer by Wood. That's going to cause Round Valley to take a timeout. We're going to take one, too. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Winning takes focus, preparation, and support. Keep focused on your dream career while saving thousands in tuition costs at Northland Pioneer College. We're here to support your goals and see you succeed. Visit npc.edu to see our programs. An academic advisor will get you on the right path to achieve your educational goals. Northland Pioneer College, expanding minds, transforming lives.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we have about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Blue Ridge with a commanding 16-point lead right now and still putting a little bit on the press from Zero Hamblin. That's Miley Hamblin. And we're going to get no, that's not Areola. That is Haas, I believe, with the three off the mark. Rebound by Blue Ridge, kicked over to Tenajith. Red to Tenajith off the rebound as Tenajith brings it up in the middle. She throws it to Wood. Wood back over to Red. Red over to Wood again. Oh, pardon me, folks. That was Tenajith, not Wood. But Wood ended up with the ball. Wood and Tenajith on. We're going to get a hold and a push, and that's going to be on the Elks. That's going to be their second team. And that is going to be Hannah Clark is going to be whistled for her first foul.
Yeah, she put her hand on the back just one too many times. Refs call that a lot more now than just a couple years ago.
Yes, they do. Is that a point of emphasis?
Last year it was, and I think it cleaned up the game a lot.
Cleaned up as far as when you say cleaned up, do you think it was?
It just taught the kids how to be better defenders instead of just stopping people with their hands.
Yeah, I gotcha. So Red off the mark. Rebound is going to be by Haas. Haas over to, I think that's Heavener, and we're going to get another foul, and that's going to be the third team, and we could be in for a long rest of the fourth quarter here.
That's 5 on Heavener.
And that's 5 on Heavener, which that's going to give the coach effectively a minute. 45-29, still a 16-point lead. No score since the last time out. Not a lot of time to get in the game there. That's something I don't see very often.
Yeah,
Red, and that's over to Tenajith. Number 2, Tenajith. Bank shot counts, but she didn't call it. But it still counts. As Walker's going to bring the ball. Walker jump stop, 13-foot jumper, no good. Rebound by Haas. Haas goes in. Haas ball off the floor. That's going to be rebounded by 12, and that's going to be shot. Handed over to 21, and that's going to be Walker. As Haas is going to go to the floor, and I think Tenajith is going to be whistled for a foul.
Yeah, we had about 5 round volley bodies on the floor right there and got 1 foul.
That is going to be on Tenajith. But I don't think she's had many this game. Oh, never mind.
She's
that's
at
her
3.
Third.
She just had 1 a couple minutes ago.
That's Haas at the line to shoot a couple. Haas first shot, no good. 47-29. And that's a lead right there, Reg. That's an 18-point lead. That's a little bit insurmountable with 4:59. So 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And that is off the mark. Tenajith with the ball. Over to Tenajith. Tenajith brings it across the time stripe. As they're with the shot clock, you can't just go into a 4-corner stall like the old days. As Wood is going to pass to Tenajith.
Yep,
it's going to be, and that's going to be headed over to Walker. Walker wide open. And that is good. Chipping away, doing they can to chip away as Hamlin's going to get the inbound pass. She's going to cross midcourt. Hamlin goes to her left.
Great crossover,
that's going to be over to Tenajith, number 2. Number 2, Lacey Tenajith with a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-pointer, effectively wiping away Walker's fast break points. As Poston goes up, no good. And rebound is that's Red.
Yep.
Red gets that rebound. Red letting Wood bring up the ball. Wood looking, Tenajith looking to set a screen. No good. As that's going to go back to Red, over back to Wood. And long court pass. Haas a little bit, but Haas is going to run into the table right in front of us, and she's okay. She's telling her teammates,
she just got taken out by her sister.
Reg, reason we haven't seen Ashlyn Smith this quarter?
I I wonder if they're just trying to give other players some playing time.
And the clock is still continuing to run, and I'm not sure it's supposed to be. And that's going to be, the clock is continuing to run. We're going to take a timeout. This is Show Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Hi everybody, it's Colleen here at Horn Auto Center, the GMC Chevy store that saves you more. So today we're going to highlight our wonderful used car inventory. This one right here is a 2019 Chevy Blazer RS. With our special, you can come down and take advantage of our $31,418. Right underneath 40,000 miles, you can't beat it.
Hi everybody, check out this beautiful 2021 Toyota 4Runner 4x4, discounted right now to $40,321. Black leather seats, seat warmers, third row, nice running boards, and oversized tires.
Check out this 2020 C8 Corvette with only 6,000 miles, certified pre-owned. You're gonna have an awesome ride, only here at Horn Auto Center.
So come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Show Low. We got the best selection of certified pre-owned vehicles and used vehicles to choose from, the best in the White Mountains.
Welcome back to Show Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as we're under 4 minutes to play, and it is not looking good if you're a Round Valley Elks faithful in the black and the gold, because they are down 18 here as Red is going to shoot two for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Red's first one is good.
Tycee Walker just subs in and gets her first foul.
And that is
the first minutes of the game.
And next foul, no matter where it's at, we're going to be shooting by either team as Red puts her first one. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout. This is Show Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Show Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as Round Valley, as that was Walker, Kelsey Walker, doing her best to bring the ball up the court. And she slid that foot and took that extra step, which is not allowed after you've picked up your dribble, correct?
That's correct, yeah. She took one too many steps.
We talked about fundamentals, and that's one of the things. Ashlyn Smith back in for the Yellow Jackets. Is the Yellow Jackets kind of making some, really not wholesale subs, because I see Paxson in there. I see Hamblin in there. As that was Brooklyn Paxson off the hands of Smith. And got to start thinking about some things we got going, Reggie. We got our Deemer's Glass man. I think we both have an idea who that's going to be. We got to get our Horn Auto Center drive of the half as Hamblin puts it up for two. And my vote right now, Reg, for the Horn Auto Center drive of the half is Tenage's first three-pointer. And that it just set the tone, and they've never been behind since that 5-point lead.
Yep, the very beginning of the game, getting up by 10 points was huge. There's another three by just short.
That's going to be off the mark. Rebound by Tenage. No, that's Tenage. No, excuse me, Brooklyn Paxson with the rebound. Paxson ahead to Paxson as in Smith, no good.
Block.
Smith.
Oh.
Smith's going to get called with the foul, but she almost had that as a jump ball, Reg.
Well, they called the foul on Walker.
They did call it. No, it was on.
Okay, gotcha.
That's Ashlyn's third. So we're going to come down now. She had two in the first half, and she got set down pretty quick. But now she's in her third foul. And
safe lead.
I'd really be curious why she didn't play more of that third quarter. But when you have a lead, maybe there's an injury issue, and they're doing what they can to work it back.
Yeah, you also got to think about the quarter rules. Certain players can only play so many quarters.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Number 34, that is Carla Areola, checks back in. She checks in for number 3, Jolie Bigelow. And
when you think
Kelsey Walker, the freshman, is going to get a chance to put up. This is our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass free throws. Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Paxson. Brooklyn Paxson with the ball. Brooklyn brings it across the time stripe into Hamblin. Hamblin driving. Definitely not afraid to go one-on-one. Shot by, that's Final. Renee Final is no good. And ball out, and that's going to belong to, I believe it's going to be the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. That technical of Coach Tenagith and have him sit down doesn't seem to have affected the way his team's played in the second half at all.
Great move underneath. These Round Valley girls are continuing to pushing it, though.
They are not giving up, and they're working on some stuff. Keep in mind they do play in the 2A. Is it the 2A North or is it 2A with a little Colorado? Or no, it's the...
I honestly don't know what region they're in.
I don't know because football is different than everyone else, but I know like the other night they played Hopi, but this is a school that's maybe not quite twice the size, but pretty close, twice the size, so it's a 2A playing a 3A. So effectively on paper you think, oh, they got more kids, more to choose from, but Round Valley's, even though the score may not indicate it, 18-point lead, they've done everything to hang in this game.
Yeah,
that's number 10, or is that?
That's Haas.
Is this Haas? Yeah, the other Haas puts it in for her first free throw. Second free throw is off the mark, rebounded by Walker.
Nice finish.
Walker with a great job putting it back and kind of chipped it over. So we're going to go right now with the game effectively on its way with a 19-point lead.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to segue to our Honda Ski and Outdoor post-game show. And what went right and what went wrong, both teams, Reg?
I think what went right was the beginning of the game, Blue Ridge hit their shots immediately. And they continued to hit their open shots, their open layups. Good defense, had a few steals.
I also think their press worked quite well. So defense and fundamentals went right for Blue Ridge in that run to start the game where they never looked back. So what went wrong for the Elks tonight?
I think that press at the beginning kind of frustrated them, but also losing the offensive boards with Smith in the middle for Blue Ridge was big. But they've only made about probably a handful of outside shots.
Now, my stats are unofficial, but I have Brooklyn down for about 11 rebounds. And I think a rebounds with her points is going to be, so that's fundamental. And, I think the Elks played with a lot of heart. I just don't think they made their shots. And Blue Ridge came up with the ball on the steals. But you look at Kelsey Walker out there playing hard against Hamblin. Hamblin handling the ball and hustling everywhere. There's really not a spot she hasn't run to. Gotten a lot of time. So I think as far as we go, so let's talk about a couple things. Let's talk about first our Horn Auto Center drive of the game. What's your drive of the game, Reg?
Well, you have that one at the very beginning of the game where they went up by 10 points, but you also have that Blue Ridge drive right after the second, right when the second half started. Round Valley got it within 6, and all of a sudden Blue Ridge just took off right after a timeout.
Agreed with that.
They haven't come back.
So we have two for our drive of the half. So we're going to go with we had the first half. We're going to go with the second half drive of the half was Blue Ridge going on that run after the lead was chipped away at. That is our Horn Auto Center drive of the half. And we have our Deemer's Glass man of the game.
It's got to be Ashlyn Smith. She dominated when she was in. And
she dominated underneath number 45 for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. That is Ashlyn Smith, and she is our Deemer's Glass woman of the game. And unofficially, we have her for 11 rebounds, and I don't know. I'm guessing that was about half her teams tonight.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Now we can pick an unofficial player of the game, too, after our Glass man. So, Reg, what are your thoughts in our Honda Ski and Outdoor postgame show of our player of the game tonight?
I think this Hamblin girl right here did a really good job of controlling everything.
I don't disagree with that. Leilani Hamblin, Tenagith going out, she stepped it up. And the thing about Hamblin is she had one gear tonight. And you can't even say she was ever out of control. She did look like she was out of control a couple times, but she did what was needed to do. And even right now, her motor is going as we're going to get a foul with 3 seconds left. So
yeah,
congratulations to, go ahead.
That whole front court, all the point guards and the forwards for Blue Ridge, all of them did great. Tenajiff, this number 10 right here, is that Paxson?
Yeah, it's Paxson.
So all of them did really well at just being calm, passing the ball, not very many turnovers.
So congratulations to our drive of the half. Both of them by the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets are starting the game as well as our first one. And we're going to have our Deemer's last woman of the game, and that is Ashlyn Smith. And congratulations to her, and congratulations to Leilani Tenney, our player of the game, as Blue Ridge comes out victorious tonight, 59-37 over the Round Valley Elks. I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm alongside Reggie Peterson for Robin, Lizzie, and Cameron on the cameras, as well as Mel in the truck. Stay tuned for game number 2 of our Show-Lo Ford's presentation of high school basketball. This has been Show-Lo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
This has been Show-Lo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 KNKI Pine Top and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Comfort Fit Dentures, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, and Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 1067 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communications station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 1067 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.